Hi there, I'm John of John's Carnivorous Plants, and this is my indoor nursery. Today we're talking about humic acid buildup in sundews. So humic acid is a byproduct of peat moss whenever it breaks down, and it is incredibly acidic, hence the acid part of humic acid. Over time, as your peat moss breaks down, it can create an overly acidic environment that negatively affects your carnivorous plants. Sundews in particular are the ones that are mostly affected by this, and you'll notice the edges of their leaves will start getting this brown and then eventually black. The hairs on the central part of the sundew will actually start blackening as well. Like there's very small hairs on most sundews, you'll see them, they'll start blackening. It's usually the first signs of humic acid buildup. Now, humic acid buildup usually starts occurring after a year or two of peat moss breaking down in a pot. Sometimes can be a little faster, sometimes can take a little longer. It all depends on the microbiome of the pot, where you have it growing, the temperature, humidity, etc. There's many different factors that go into on how fast humic acid buildup will accumulate in your pots. There's also hot peat. So this is why you'll sometimes see people like myself recommend, hey, maybe you should rinse your peat. It's because hot peat. Your peat might actually have a higher concentration of humic acid just because that part of the bog was decaying much longer than the other parts of the bog. The person packaging up the peat doesn't actually know that, doesn't really care because they're just selling peat moss. And for all intents and purposes, it's still peat moss to them and legally to everyone else. And it gets sold off to you and will start very quickly destroying your plants. Now, there is a telltale sign, and I used to have it in one of these trays over here, but the water levels dried up a bit. If you have a lot of humic acid or tannic acid, you'll notice that the trays, like if you're doing tray watering here, the water in the tray will start becoming a very light brownish color, very similar to green tea. And then over time will eventually get very dark. Like it's a very overbrewed black tea is the best way I could put it. At that point, the acid is so high, the acid levels are so high within the decomposing medium that it is now leaching out into the water of your medium, that your medium is in. And because of that, you'll notice massive amounts of, plants dying off, starting to get the browning or blackening, and it'll just kind of be like, oh, what's going on? I thought I could tray water all these. Well, with humic acid buildup, eventually everything needs to be repotted, and you'll always run into a problem where you're just going to be like, oh, well, what's going on with all my plants? That's why you'll always see people recommend regularly repotting, because yeah, if you get by with 2 to 3 years without having to repot, you could be like, oh yeah, see, there's no problem here. Sorry, I got a cat lurking behind me at the moment. Just gave him a bath and he's all unhappy. Feeling better now, buddy? But that's a humic acid buildup in a nutshell. Yeah, here's my wet cat, Hero. So you know I'm not just looking around and nothing. But that's humic acid buildup. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment, etc. Share it to your friends. All of that, it helps out immensely. Please go to the website, link in the description, buy a plant for me if you want to support this channel at all. Or you can hop in on my Discord, which is the Carnivorous Plant Discord, another link down there in the description, where you can come in, hang out, talk to me directly, and maybe win a giveaway or two while you're at it. We do monthly giveaways in the Discord and weekly plant talks, and there's all kinds of free plants floating around from time to time, so hop on in and say hi. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to see you on the next one. Have a great day. Goodbye.